Happening now, linemen continue to restore power to people across the valley. They were especially busy all day Sunday, and today is another round of working around the clock to get the light back on after Hurricane Hannah knocked out power to thousands of people. Joining us now this morning from Magic Valley Electric Co-op is Luis Reyes. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Gabby. Thank you so much.
Now, Luis, I know that you have been working as well as your coworkers around the clock trying to restore power to many residents, but can you tell us a little bit about what the situation is looking like right now for Magic Valley?
Of course, yeah. So we know it's actually very hard being without power, and especially to those members that are without power. Hurricane Hannah left a lot of damage to our system. That includes broken poles, damage to our feeders, tree branches on top of our lines, and a lot of down power lines. And the flooded areas present even a greater challenge. There's still a lot of flooded areas that our trucks can get through, so that's even a greater challenge. As of this morning, we have been able to restore over 60,000 outages. At the peak of the storm, we had a total of 84,000 outages, and right now we have a little bit over 24,000 outages. And a lot of our members are asking, well, my area is not flooded, and I still don't have electricity. What is going on? So, like I mentioned earlier, we do have a lot of feeders, and these are the power lines that provide electricity to that specific neighborhood or area. And this is because of the broken poles and tree branches on top of our power line. So, we know it's very hard, and we do ask our members for their patience during the recovery process. Safety is our top priority, and we are here for our members. We're going to be here working. Again, we still have people working since 4 in the morning. Some of the crews, we do have different shifts, and people are working as much as we can. Safety is our priority, and we want to make sure that our members are safe, our community is safe, and also our employees are safe during the restoration process.
Most definitely, and I know you've mentioned that you guys, the teams, have kind of just plowed through those numbers and been able to restore so many to thousands, power to thousands of people currently without power. Are you guys receiving any help from other co-ops to kind of speed up this process?
Sure. So one of the things that we're doing, we actually have a couple of crews from the Dallas area this morning who are actually probably out in the field already. They arrived last night, and they're actually working right now out in the field, working to restore those outages. And like I said, 24 outages sounds like a lot, but, in the peak of the storm, 84,000 outages was a lot. So our goal is to try to get those feeders back on and try to get as many people as possible today. It'll be another challenge today, but we're here, and we're here for our members and trying to get them back on.
Most definitely. And I know that obviously you said safety is of the utmost, is what you guys are kind of taking into consideration, and that is the number one thing that you guys are kind of looking out for, making sure that everything is done safely, of course, with the weather still kind of rain here and there. Now, is there any reason, I know that it depends on the weather, of course, and making sure everything is done safely. Is that why things could kind of take a little bit longer to kind of restore?
That is correct, yeah. So when probably it was Saturday night or even Sunday morning, the winds were still pretty strong. So we couldn't obviously risk the lives of our linemen. So our crews were, they were asked to shelter in place, and that is because we wanted to make sure that the storm would pass by. And as you can imagine, the storm took a while to go through the Rio Grande Valley, so that took a little while for us to get back on the field and try to get as many people back on. So again, the safety of our members, it's what we want to make sure that we do, and not only our members but our employees. And even right now, including social distancing. So it is important also for our employees to continue with social distancing, and we ask the members to do the same.
Most definitely, of course, and there's a lot of obstacles here, trying to make our way and recover from a hurricane, but also with a pandemic to consider. So I know that the linemen are doing all that they can to kind of restore power for everyone. And I know it is hard to say exactly when power will be fully restored. As you mentioned, crews have been kind of working around the clock. Is there any kind of estimate that you can give to people at home or to people who, are giving that information to their family?
Yeah, so one thing that we do tell people, though, if they live in a flooded area, that would be probably a little bit more challenging. It may take several days for the entire system to be back on. And again, that is just estimation. I know that today with 24,000 outages, we should be able to get through a lot of those, not all of them. And again, that is because of the additional challenge of flooded areas. So it may take a couple of days for everyone to be back on, but we want to make sure that our members know that we are working and we're here for them, and we're going to try to do our best in a safe way and also to try to get as many people back on today and for the next few days.
Of course, of course. And if there are members currently still reporting outages, should they be doing that to you all, or are you guys notified? Is there a better way to kind of go about reporting that?
Sure. Of course. Well, the best way for members to report outages is our website. They can still call our 866 number. We have a lot of people calling, and I know they want to speak to someone, and the wait time in the call center right now, it tends to be a little bit higher for the same reason, so many people calling at the same time. So we know about all these outages. Like I mentioned to you, we have a little bit over 24,000 outages, so we know where the problems are right now. But we also understand that a member wants to talk to one of us, and they probably want to understand a little bit more about where we are in the restoration process. So they can do that, but if somebody wants to just report an outage, they can do so on our website. And we just want to tell members that being patient with us, that's what we ask. I know it's a lot that we're asking, but we do think that we have a good plan. We're trying to restore as many outages as we can, and we're going to continue to do so until we get everyone back on.
Most definitely, and patience is the key word, I think, here for a lot of things that we're kind of facing. Again, Luis, I want to thank you so much for talking to us this morning and giving us this information. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions, and it's been great to kind of have you here one-on-one answering those questions for us and, of course, your members out there.
Of course. Thank you so much for the invite and for calling.
Thank you so much. Now, that was Luis Reyes, the communications manager for Magic Valley Co-op. He, along with all electric companies, are urging everyone to remain patient. They are working to restore power as quickly as possible, folks. And checking in now on AEP Texas. About 60,000 of their customers are without power, and while that's still high, it's down from this weekend. At the peak of the storm, they were reporting more than 158,000 customers were without power. AEP says they have identified problem areas and are working as quickly as they possibly can. Their crews from Louisiana and Oklahoma are coming in to help. The company asking customers not to call and report outages, but if you see a fallen power line or pole, call 866-223-8508.